During the pandemic compared to the same period last year, there has been a 37% rise for referrals in Notts to the National Referral Mechanism, which is the UK support system for potential victims of slavery and exploitation. Dr Phil Northall, a modern slavery expert who works at the Rights Lab at the University of Nottingham, thinks two key factors could explain the rise in the rate.
I think the pandemic and the lockdown creates a number of opportunities for people looking to exploit others. Obviously, a lot of people are out of work, having to find ways to make ends meet. So they become more vulnerable to the kind of perpetrators who are looking to exploit people. The other side of it is that we just haven't got as many people on the ground. A lot of people are restricted in the kind of outreach work and preventative work that's happening in the city and through our partnership. So it's that kind of double-edged sword, really.
People can be exploited in a number of ways, including and not limited to sexual exploitation, false imprisonment or cuckooing, where groups of people take over the homes of the most vulnerable in society. Anti-slavery practitioners have said criminals are continually coming up with new ways to exploit others. Well, one of those fighting against this on the front line in Notts is Jane Paling. She says a number of issues she has dealt with have shocked her and thinks criminals will continue to evolve new methods.
I think there's a number of cases that are really shocking. I think every case is totally different. I think it's really difficult to sort of establish an actual sort of way that people operate as such. But I think definitely people are a great commodity, and for as long as exploiters are out there, they'll be finding new ways and trying to, as you say, sort of cut corners and stay under the radar. I think what's really difficult is that actually victims of slavery and trafficking often don't identify as a victim. They can be coerced and often entrenched in criminality themselves, so it's often harder for agencies to identify them as victims as well.
To combat the issue, organisations across the county are working together as part of the Nottingham and Nottinghamshire Modern Slavery Partnership. It's to raise awareness and to plan ways to identify victims and disrupt criminals. And experts think this is the best way to stop modern slavery in local communities.
The Modern Slavery Partnership in Nottingham and Nottinghamshire formed of members of the local authorities, district, borough, city authorities, county authorities. We've got the police, the fire service, and a number of organisations like the British Red Cross, Salvation Army, Ashiana, Migrant Help, along with some government departments, all kind of working on different elements of intervention and recovery for survivors of modern slavery.
Jake Brigstock reporting for Notts TV.